Yo, what is up, Cagney and Lacey and Gwen Stacy and William H. Macy? We're going to build this today. This is the Junkion Dog version 2.0. This is a cross-section. I've actually removed the portion over here, but this consists of one Trashmaster and two Scrapphooks. As you can see, I've kind of filleted them over here. Kind of looks like a butcher's table. It gives me a creeps a little bit, actually. But we're just going to go into it. Yeah, I just wanted to say what's up to everyone before I do all of this. But yeah, hope everyone is doing well. This over here, this is a little trick that I was taught by channel member General Matt Asaiko, one of the OGs of this channel, like way back before this was even called Botbender Orange. Yeah, he told me to basically remove the foot, pop it off, spin it 180 degrees, because normally this is supposed to be the other way, but in doing that it allows us to get into these really more natural canine postures. And so really cool trick that I learned from him, and so appreciating all of that. And so we're going to build two of these. And we're going to add the little spike tire here. You don't have to. These are just purely aesthetics. But the feet, these are functional, so you got to twist them around. You don't necessarily have to, but trust me, it looks a lot better like this. And so we're going to set that to the side. We have the Chomp face over here, and then we have two of the little Scrappy's hooks plugged into the side of the head. And that's really great. This is the Wyvern wing, the tiny wing of the dragon, because originally I was trying to make a dragon, but it ended up being like a canine thing, but it doesn't really matter. And you can see that this is one Scraphook arm. It has a shin guard in the forearm. It has a shin guard in the fist, and it also has two of the exhausts plugged in the front and plugged in on the wheel. And you can see that there are two of these, all burry. Let me move these to the side. We have the toe bit. These are untouched. And so again, move these to the side. This is the leg of the beast, the rear leg. And as you can see, this is two of the Scraphook legs plugged in to one another. You can see that's the other side. Then they are plugged into the front of the car for Trashmaster, right? They're just plugged in at the tire over here. Normally it would be like that. We would just plug it in like this. It's going to go at an angle. And at the top over here, we have one of the arms for Scraphook, and that's going to be used to connect the front and the back of the two halves together. And yeah, I don't know why the other one is angled, but I'll just angle that now too. Let me just make sure that they're close to mirror images. Yeah, good enough. So you're going to make two of these. Put that to the side. Okay. And you're going to be making this too. And what this is it's a really cool way of just kind of adhering two of the Scraphook torsos. You can take a look at the way this is made, and you can see this. They're nearly identical. And basically, you're taking the doors of this and plugging into the tabs of the tabs on the leg of the corresponding one. That it just won't work right now for some reason. All right, there we go. They fit nice and secure. Nice and secure on the other side as well. And let's see, I'm just kind of taking a look at the diagram right now. And this one over here is cinched in, and it's tabbed in. There's a slot and there's a tab on the waist. That one's going to be in. This one will not. I don't know why I chose not to do it, but whatever. You know what? Let's just roll with it and see what happens. So okay, so we did this, right? Two of the chunky chunks put together, and this is the Trashmaster body. Normally the head would be poking out like this, right? Pretty easy. We're just going to pop the head back. We're going to bring this up, and we're actually going to turn this around, and we're going to have that face forward. And you can see on this little side flaps, that's very redundant, how he has the hydraulics over here. And the arms are going to spin around. Yeah, the arms are going to spin around. And as I scratch my back, this is going to plug in right hither. And that's going to be the face. We're going to bring these forward, and we're going to plug this in to the bottom port. There are two ports. Ooh, there are two ports on the forearm. Whoa, this is a little piece of plastic or something flew off. And we're going to plug that into the bottom one. Just make sure I got it right. It's starting to come together. You can kind of see it, but I promise it'll take better visual form once we're all done. All right. So that's what it looks like. That's the front. That's the front of the doggy, right? I'm trying to remember how to do this. This I know is just plugged back here. That's a tight fit on the door. And I guess the tire kind of gets in the way of this turning. Huh. Wasn't aware of that, but apparently that's the way it is. Alrighty. And this one's popping off. But this effectively are the rear haunches of the animal, right? And then this comes down over here. And hey, we're kind of actually doing this without the instructions. And see how these ports are facing outward? You're going to be plugging those into the forearms. I wonder if there's a better way to do this. Here, let me try this instead. So I'm going to plug these right hither, like that. And these are going to, oh yeah, that kind of worked. We're going to plug them on the top of that. And then once we straighten this bad boy up, oh, he wants to super collapse. No. Stand. Dude, it was standing so perfectly earlier. I don't understand why he doesn't want to support his weight anymore. He just wants to get into the playful dog pose, which is fine. Sorry. But let me make sure. Is this doing what it's doing? I mean, it sure does look like how we had it before, but I'm just going to plug in everything to see if I can somehow figure what's going on over here. And this was plugged in right here, if I recall. So we're going to get that in there. The clearance is like a little tight. It's more than a little tight. It's very tight. And I don't know, dude. When I'm looking at the pictures, the hydraulics are in a completely different, not a completely different place, but the angling is very, very different. Lordy. I'm just going to try to do it right now. I'm going to get this on here. And so, like, dude, it has this facing, I have this facing, like, an awkward angle like this, dude. Dude's just falling apart. That's really disappointing. We're so close to getting this figure, and it's been sitting, like, majestically at my office for so long, but under, and it's not even duress right now that I'm, but just under kind of, I don't know, performance anxiety. Like, no, these were all, yeah, it shows that these flaps were straight. Like, everything looks straight, but for some reason, he won't stand properly. I mean, he is, but it's not at the angle that I desire. I can't quite fathom what is happening. So in the pictures that I have, oh. Oh. This might be why. The angle of this was sitting, it was improper. Hold up for a second. All right. As you can see, it's a little bit different. really about this angle, getting this right. Rather than having it sit flush, I needed to have this sit backwards, and I needed to have this thing parallel. Like the top of this is parallel to this. That was a huge component. And now, hopefully, if I've done this right, this will allow this to kind of sit in here at this angle. But yeah, I don't know, man. That's kind of, I guess that's what I did. But I'm looking at the picture right now, and it looks like it, but I'm just going to say it. It's not very pleasing to the eye aesthetically. It looks a little weird to me. I almost want to do this to cover this kind of gap. And sure, why not, dude? I'll just remix it on the fly. So here we go. Here we go, man. That's a doozy. Especially if you're just watching me fiddle and fuddle trying to get this right. But here we go. We still have these two pieces, but you can kind of adorn them, I don't know, wherever you like. Put one on the back as a tail, and this other one, there we go. Well, that's our guy. That's our guy. So yeah, 1 Trashmaster and 2 Scraphooks, and if you're willing to put up with the pain that I did and kind of figure stuff out, you can make this. He looks pretty cool. Chunky legs, front and back, neat little foot trick. That's all I got. I'm going to catch y'all later. Okay, Gator? All right, bye-bye.